Welcome back to Dirty 20, everyone. Today we talk about DM downtime, or what to do while you are on a long break between campaigns. Let's get on with the show. Thanks for joining me, lovely people. Now, I haven't played D&D for a while now. I know, it's crazy, but there's a number of reasons. But, like the majority of you, I imagine, with the ongoing global pandemic, it's been tough to kind of organize a regular game. Now, playing online was a nice discovery for me. I learned about it just a little bit over a year ago, and, I did that for a while, and quite honestly, it was amazing. We've actually done some videos on online play. Please check them out if you have the time. But I've been thinking recently about the things that I like to do between campaigns, and I wanted to share some of those ideas with you guys. But before I do, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you enjoy the video, please give it a like, as it really helps the channel. So, in my DM downtime, as I like to call it, I like to reconnect with the stories that I've enjoyed in the past and apply a critical eye as to why I enjoyed them or why I think they worked. Case in point, I recently rewatched the pilot episode of Deep Space Nine, a Star Trek series. The episode, it's a two-parter. It's called Emissary, Part 1 and Part 2. Now, I loved Deep Space Nine the first time round. Exploration of the frontier in space and the town on the frontier with its sheriff and its tavern owner and all the politics and stuff that go with that. If you haven't watched the show, I strongly recommend it. More than anything because it's kind of like an amazing little microcosm of like a D&D small town that you can use in your campaigns. However, when I first watched it when I was younger, I wasn't that crazy about the religious angle that the show kind of takes on from the very first episode. This was something that kind of stuck with me in D&D. Although the cleric class is fantastic, and I've played clerics before, when I was running, I would find it hard to come up with compelling story arcs for my cleric player characters. Now, in rewatching it, I actually appreciated this angle much more this time round. And it opened my eyes as to how I can apply this kind of story in my next campaign. And so that is what I would say to you guys who are on this kind of prolonged break between campaigns that you're going to run, is give a revisit to the stories that you grew up loving. Revisit some of your favorite comics, some of your favorite novels, movies, TV shows. Think about how those stories impacted you and how you can apply some of those concepts to some of the campaigns that you're running. And when you get back to the table, and I promise you, we will get back to the table, you're going to have some amazing stories ready to kind of roll out for your players, and just a great opportunity to create stories with your players. Now, let's move on to our character building section. All right, lovely people. So today for our character building, we're going to build a character from the Deep Space Nine franchise. And originally I thought of maybe doing a human cleric, or for Cisco, or maybe doing a kind of like a rogue, a spyish rogue elf for Kieran Reese. Thought that would be kind of cool, but I'm actually going to go with my favorite character from the franchise, and that is the lovable bartender, Quark. Now, he is a Ferengi in the show, so I'm going to go for Goblin. And for class, I did think quite heavily about Rogue. And maybe if I were to multi-class, I would maybe start with Rogue. But I think that our man Quark is a bard above everything else. Now, you have the criminal background, entertainers, another possibility. Folk heroes are one of my favorites, but probably not. But I think I'm going to go with Smuggler, just because I like the idea of Quark the Smuggler. Okay, let's go next. Now, Heroic Array 16, 15, 12, 11, 10, 8. We have a +2 in Dex and a +1 in Constitution. But I'm going Bard, so Charisma needs to be really high. So I'm going 16 Charisma. Then I could go Constitution, but I think I'm going to go Intelligence 15. And that has more to do with just the flavor of the character than trying to make him as powerful or as strong as possible. So I think I'm going to go 15 for Intelligence, 12 in Dex, 11 in Constitution, 10 for Wisdom, and I am dumping Strength. So let's go with that. Now, 3 skills we can select. I've already got Athletics and Deception. So I'm going to go with Persuasion. I'm also going to go Sleight of Hand. And then finally, this is a tough one. Oh, no, of course, yeah. Perception, because he's a Ferengi. He's got those amazing ears of his that you can hear everything. So, we've got 9 hit points. Not great. Rapier, an Entertainer's Pack, a Loot, why not? Some leather armor and a dagger. Okay, so and then let's name our man Quark. Okay, so armor class of 12, so that's just armor plus my dex modifier. I'm going to give him the leather armor, which will bring him up by 1. So armor class of 13, not great. He's not great in a fight. But very intelligent, fairly dexterous, and very charismatic. He can charm anyone. That's our Quark, that is. Athletics helps with the fact that I've got -1 in strength. Sleight of hand is great. Deception, lovely. Persuasion and perception is okay considering my wisdom is bad. Alright, now, so let's have a look at what we get. So, Goblin features within 60 feet of you treat dim light as bright, darkness as dim light. Pretty nice. You can deal your level extra damage with a spell or attack to a creature larger than you once per rest. Not bad. As a bonus action, you can hide or disengage. Now, that's quite nice because that's like a rogue feature. Then Smuggler feature. Other smugglers can leap. Aha, this is another situation where 5th edition character sheet sometimes has some little mistakes, but you can fix it. Other smugglers can keep you hidden when in a specific location. Again, he's probably got some contacts. Bard features inspire an ally within 60 feet, giving them a bonus 1d6 on one ability check, attack roll, or save. Charisma modifier per day. And we have a charisma of +3, so we can inspire people 3 times a day. Not too bad. Proficiencies, you get musical instruments as well. All around not too bad. And, you know, not terrible in a fight. He can defend himself, but probably not what you're going to be using him for. Now, this is one of our first builds that we're doing with spells. Okay. And what we're going to do is we are going to take Vicious Mockery. Now, one of the things that is not ideal about 5th edition character creator is that you're inputting these manually and there's not a reference like there is on D&D Beyond or something like that. So you have to kind of know what the spells are. But I think that's kind of good because rather than just picking stuff out of a list and being like, well, I guess I'll have that, you have to like look at the spells, read them, see what's what. And the other cantrip that I'm going to give him is Friends, because it's a great spell. You know, any charisma roll, So they have to make a wisdom save. If they fail, then any charisma roll that you attempt against them is with advantage. But once the spell wears off, they know that you kind of trick them. So for me, that's kind of perfect for Quark. And okay, so let's have a look at the next level, and we'll start picking up more spells as we go. I'm going to stick with Bard. Now, spell inspiration. This is an optional rule. Now, thus far we've been kind of declining them, but I'm going to accept this because this looks very nice. And we are at... what are we at? 15 then, I think. Yeah, 15 for hit points. Still a terrible armor class, but that's okay. And let's see what we got for this level. Gain half your proficiency bonus on ability checks you aren't proficient in. It's very nice. So half my ability bonus +1. So I've actually got +1 on all of these on top of whatever I get. So that's the ones that I'm not proficient in, right? You can perform during a short rest to cause an ally or yourself to gain an additional 1d6 hit points once if healed during the rest. So again, this is the Song of Rest. It means that when people are using hit dice to recover hit points, you can give them an additional d6. It's very handy. Inspiration can increase spell damage and healing. So that's a nice optional rule that we've kind of added there. And before we pick kind of the rest of our spells, actually no, let's go level 1 and let's see. So first level 1 spell I'm going to take is going to be Command. Again, very fluffy for Quark. You know, he's always giving orders to his brother in the show, and he's very arrogant and stuff like that. So I think that's perfect. Another one, which is a nice damage dealer, is Dissonant Whispers. And it creates like a kind of illusion, and people think they're kind of going a little bit crazy. Okay, so we're going to level up next. And we're sticking with Bard, but here we are choosing our school or our college, our Bardic college. And I thought about maybe eloquence, because, you know, Quark is definitely a speaker. He likes to speak. Definitely not valor. Law's interesting. It's kind of one of the best ones for bards, but it has a lot to do with magic, and although I want this character to have some magic, I don't necessarily want it to be the thing that he does. So I went with Whispers, Spycraft, and Subversion. So now here we gain expertise, double proficiency, and of course I'm going to go with Deception and Perception. And now we are at 21 hit points, which is much better. We have some nice rolls, +7 on Deception, +5 on Persuasion, Perception's +4. I mean, pretty nice skill-wise. So let's have a look what we get then. So double proficiency with chosen skills. We chose Deception and Perception. The Bard College of Whispers. Once per round, you can spend a use of Bardic Inspiration to make a weapon attack deal 2d6 psychic damage. Now, that's really nice for a couple of reasons. It means that you can, you know, add a substantial amount of damage. And it being psychic damage, which is one type of damage which is very rarely resisted, which is, you know, great. Once between rests, you can make a person you talk with for a minute alone frightened of a creature you choose for 1 hour if it fails a wisdom save. Now, I thought this was really kind of, again, fluffy and flavorful for Quark, where he's telling stories at his bar, and he, you know, he puts the life of, or the fear of the gods into his patrons. So I thought that worked really well. And now let's pick the rest of our spells, because I'm going to pick up Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Now, not everyone likes this one, but I love that you can, you know, like have a laugh with it in a sense, because what you're doing is if someone fails their save, then they just start laughing uncontrollably. So that's cool. And then I'm gonna go with Unseen Servant, and this is my little nod to Quark's brother, who I'm blanking on his name right now. Put it down in the comments below. And then for second level spells, I thought Knock. Knock is a super handy spell that I just don't take often enough because, oh, it's not the best spell to take at this level or what have you. But for Quark as a kind of thief as well, I think that Knock works well. And then for his final spell at level 3, I'm going to go with Gift of Gab. Okay, so this is actually one of the spells that comes out of Acquisitions Inc. And I love that book. We've done a video on it. Do check it out because it's a lot of fun. But it's a second level enchantment spell. It's a reaction which you take when you speak to another creature. And it's on yourself, and it's instantaneous. When you cast a spell, you skillfully reshape the memories of listeners in your immediate area, so that each creature of your choice within 5 feet of you forgets everything you said within the last 6 seconds. Those creatures then remember that you actually said the words you speak as the verbal component of the spell. So again, this is a way of kind of tricking people around you. I think it's very thematic, and I absolutely love it. So, there we have it. We have Quark the Bartender. We're only going to go up to level 3. Bard, College of Whispers. Armor class of 13. Pretty decent pluses on a lot of skills, as you all want to be as a Bard. And some really fun, flavorful spells. So there we have it. Thanks, guys. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. There we have it, lovely people. Thank you so much for watching. What are some of your favorite stories? Would a revisit of them bring anything new to your next campaign? Thanks again, everyone. And as always, keep slaying. If you've enjoyed this content, then please smash that like button, subscribe, share this around online, and come and visit our website, www.lavictoriaproductions.com, to see all our past episodes, as well as our blog posts and all the stuff that we're currently working on at La Victoria Productions. Why not reach out to us and tell us what you think of our videos? You can reach us on Twitter. @MouthLaVictoria is our producer. We are also on Instagram. I am Enano LVP, and our producer is Jazzy J Cherot. We're also La Victoria Productions on Facebook and LinkedIn. Come on by and let us know what you think.